afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are. Today I'm going to talk about the things I wish I knew before I started playing guitar. I know I haven't been playing for a very long time, it's only going to be 3 years in August, but I still wanted to share my experiences of playing guitar and things that I wish I knew before. So yeah. Okay, number one is tune your guitar. Just tune it. I didn't know that you had to tune your guitar at first, and obviously then I figured it out. But yeah, this is just like the fundamental part of playing guitar, and it must seem like so obvious to you, but at the beginning I didn't know that you had to do that. And it doesn't matter whether you play like something really well or really badly, if the guitar is out of tune it's gonna sound like crap. Yeah, I recommend you buy like some kind of like tuner that you can place on the headstock of your guitar. I don't know where mine is. Yeah, I've got this Fender Bullet tuner thing. It's very useful. You just put it on the headstock of your guitar and tune your guitar. That's it. Yeah, you can also get like a guitar pedal which tunes it, or use an app. There's a bunch of free ones, so it doesn't matter as long as your guitar is in tune. Okay, number two is play with the metronome and practice with one, and just try to like make sure that you're playing in time with whatever you want to play. It's just so important, you know, if you're out of time, well, yeah. What I recommend is just learning some kind of song and then searching up the BPM of the song and then just playing with a metronome and trying to like play in time, of course. But yeah, I'm guilty of not being in time a lot. Yeah, I always skipped metronome days because it's a bit tedious and boring, but it's important. Just do it, you know, it will pay off. The point being is that, you know, it's important to play in time, and yeah. Number three, get a good amp and a bad guitar. So this is a very controversial topic because, you know, some people say that it's important to have a comfortable guitar that you feel like good playing, but the amp essentially amplifies what you are playing, and if the quality of that is bad, then it's just going to sound bad. So yeah, do that, and then obviously upgrade to a better guitar if you can. But yeah, for me, I definitely think so. I mean, I started with when I purchased my first guitar, I bought this amp, and it does the job, what can I say, but I think that I would have profited a lot more from, like, my tones would be much better if I would have a better amp, if that makes sense. So yeah, get a good amp. Number four, don't get demotivated by people that are better than you. Use it as motivation instead. When I started playing, and even now, I look at people who are just like incredibly good shredding on the guitar, and they're just like insane, you know. Yeah, it can be demotivating to think like, yeah, I'm never gonna be as good as that person, or etc. But I think it's important to kind of channel those emotions into something more positive, and get inspired by those people who are so great, because if they can do it, so can you. It's just about the amount of time and practice that you put into the guitar. You know, what you put in is what you get out, essentially. Number five, keep yourself engaged by learning your favorite songs. So what I mean by that is that sometimes you can be a bit like demotivated to play and you kind of don't feel like it, but what I have gathered from my almost 3 years of playing guitar is that it's really fun to learn songs that you really enjoy, and it's much more satisfying to learn those songs rather than like practicing scales or something like that. Obviously you should do that as well, but essentially learn your favorite songs. It's gonna like help you, motivate you. Okay, so number six is don't buy a bunch of gear thinking that it's gonna make you play better. So what buying new gear will do for you is, well, at least for me, it motivates you to play more, but essentially what gets you to play better is practice. And if buying new gear makes you motivated to practice more, that's good, but yeah, just practice and buy gear, but not a lot, expecting that, you know, you're gonna get better. Number seven is have a practice routine. many times that I would sit down to practice, I was kind of like lost as to what I should do. I would usually just play songs that I know already, which is kind of referred to as noodling, and obviously it's good to practice things that you know already to make sure you don't forget them. But essentially you want to have some kind of structure to your playing to make sure that you are improving each time that you sit down and play guitar and you're not wasting any time. Get some scales down and practice those, and then practice down picking, alternate picking to a metronome. Metronome is very important. And yeah, just after you've done that and kind of like warmed up with your scales and your picking exercises, then like learn a new solo or a new song or something like that. Just make sure that you know you are improving each time that you sit down to play, rather than just, you know, playing to play. What I'm trying to basically get to is that have some kind of routine that's going to motivate you and keep you on track to becoming a better guitarist than you were yesterday. So number 8 is find other musicians and play together with them. This is going to help you coordinate with people on stage, for example, later in the future if you want to play on concerts and stuff like that. In my experience, I learned a lot by playing with people together, like drummers and another guitarist and a bassist. And yeah, it's very important to kind of be able to play together, because this leads to you improving and also being good at reading other people and kind of playing with them. And it's always going to sound a bit bad at first, and you're going to feel a bit demotivated and think like, oh, this sounds like really bad, I don't want to do this anymore. But the more times that you get together with people and play with them, the more you're going to be able to know the way that they play and kind of adjust to that. And I think it's very important to be able to play with other musicians. Okay, number 9, and this one links with the previous one, is surround yourself with musicians that play better than you. So if you're surrounded with a bunch of people whose guitar skill is way higher than yours, you are going to learn a lot from them, and if you play together with them, you are going to kind of pick up their habits and then form them into your own. And it's just gonna have like a positive effect. I mean, that's what I did, and I feel like each time that I would play with somebody who was better than me, I felt like I was improving a lot more. It's really fun to play with other people. I don't know whether that's the same case for you, but at least for me, I wish I would have started doing that much earlier, because yeah, it's really good to train yourself from the beginning to be able to play with other people. And yeah. So number 10, and this is the last one, film yourself playing. This is gonna help, at least it helped a lot for me in the future when you think that you haven't made any progress playing the guitar. You can look back to those videos and see that you have improved a lot, and that's very good to keep you going. And you're gonna be like, oh my god, I didn't think I'd ever get this good compared to the way I was before. So yeah, this is a really good one. Okay, my camera died. My last tip, number 11, is to play during the dark, and this Okay, so tip number 11 is to play in the dark. And this is really effective because you want to be able to play the guitar without having to look at the fretboard necessarily. And you really train your muscle memory in the dark because you can't see what you're all playing, but your fingers, well, they remember what to play, so that is very effective. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you're a beginner guitarist or somebody that is, you know, thinking of picking up the guitar, do it. Just tune your guitar. And yeah, and if you've been playing for a lot of time, I hope that you can relate with some of these points. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Better musicians than you, or just have more practice and have more tricks up there. So, oh my god.